Good morning to you, sport fans, wherever you are. Welcome to today's edition of the program Talk Sport right here on Global TV, coming your way live and direct from Nigeria's capital city. Here are the stories that are making headline. African Footballer of the Year, Victor Osimhen, hat-trick for his club side, Inter. And of course, the Nigeria Professional Football League matches results are already with us. There will be the resumption of the second standard of the NNL. We'll also be telling you how ready the continent of Africa is ahead of the All-Africa Games coming up in Ghana, with special focus on Team Nigeria. So the spokesman of the Nigeria Olympic Committee, Mr. Tony, will be giving us updates in terms of readiness with Nigeria's preparation ahead of the All-Africa Games coming up in Ghana. There will be more in the English Professional Football League, as well as the developmental sport in Nigeria's capital city. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll go straight to stories that are making headlines only on Global TV, Talk Sport, and I am Clinton saying, welcome on board. Glad to have you back. If you're just joining us, the program is Talk Sport right on Global TV, coming away from Nigeria's capital city. Let's start with the home front. Take a look at matches that were decided in the midweek of the ongoing Nigeria Professional Football League matches across the country. It was a good day for the team, talking about the People's Elephant of Aba, Enyimba Football Club of Aba. They will be at home with a total of 36 points to welcome Gombe United, who have 21 points. Both teams will be battling in search of the 3 maximum points. Fans of Enyimba Football Club of Aba will be counting on their delayed matches to see that their teams scale through. Kwara United will travel with 25 points to meet Abia Warriors. Abia Warriors will be at home with a total of 27 points, while Shooting Stars will be at home to take on Bendel Insurance. Bendel Insurance have a total of 31 points, while their host Shooting Stars can only boast over 27 points. Dome United will be at home to welcome Sporting. The visitors have 27 points, while Dome it's already doing very, very well in the Nigeria Professional Football League among the top 3 teams, and they will be asking for just 3 points to consolidate their position on the table. Kwara United with 25 points will be hoping that 3 points will brighten their chances of being on top of the ongoing Nigeria Professional Football League. They will be taking a team from Rivers. Talking about Rivers United, the visitors have 27 points, while Bayelsa United will travel to meet Romo Stars. The team from Yenagoa, Bayelsa, which is their base, have a total of 27 points, and they'll be meeting a team with just 1 point different from both sides. Let's take a look at the top tip in the ongoing Nigeria Professional Football League. Of course, Lobby Stars still top the block with a total of 39 points, closely followed by Plateau United with 28 points. Enugu Rangers is occupying the 3rd place of the log, and of course, Roman Star is there. Kano Pillar is 5th on the log. Elephants of Aba, Enyimba Football Club is 6th, Katsina United 7th, Dome Stars are 8th on the log, and of course, Bendel Insurance and Rivers United occupying the 9th and 10th place respectively. Teams that are currently struggling relegation in the ongoing Nigeria Professional Football League include Niger Tornadoes with 17 points, Aqua United 18 points, United 19 points. Heartlands must do everything possible to escape relegation because as we speak, they are at the bottom and of course a confirmed relegation if they fail to improve in the remaining matches of the ongoing Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's see if we have our man on the line. I'm talking about the Public Relations Officer of the Nigeria Olympic Committee, Mr. Tony. He should be giving us the readiness of Team Nigeria. We are told that Team Nigerian players, of course, athletes are in various camps across the country preparing for the 13th edition of the National Sport Festival of the All Africa Games, which will take place in Ghana. Let's take a break. When we come back, it will be more on the program Talk Sport right here on Global TV, Nigeria's capital city. Don't go away. Glad to have you back. If you're just joining us, the program is Talk Sport right on Global TV. Nigeria's capital city, we are heading up to the 13th edition of the All Africa Games in faraway Ghana, where the country athletes are currently intensifying preparation across the country. And of course, in Abuja, the nation's capital city, there are 3 camps already set for this that will sharpen the boys and girls that will fly our beloved, wonderful green, white, green at the event in Ghana. We'll be going straight to the headquarters of the Nigeria Olympic Committee, where Mr. Tony will be giving us updates on the number of teams and, of course, the preparation in the camp. We are told that so many bodies, organizations have visited the camps to donate and, of course, encourage the players and athletes to put in their best. It will be recalled that Sport Minister John Owan Eno has tasked members of the organizing committee for the Team Nigeria ahead of the All Africa Games to do everything possible to justify their presence at the event, and we do hope that it will be a good one for all of us. While we wait for the call all the way from the Public Relations Officer of the Nigeria Olympic Committee, let's tell you how it was in some part of the world in football, especially the Italian Serie A, where Victor Osimhen was the man in action yesterday, and he got his first hat-trick for the season in his club side. Talking about the team was in superb action at Napoli. Napoli defeated Swallow by 6-1, and one man, the African Footballer of the Year, Nigerian Victor Osimhen, found the back of the net a record of 3 times. There were plenty of wins of golf in some other matches. Inter Milan defeated Atlanta by 4-0, while Fiorentina ran away with a 2-1 win over Lazio. Of course, Osimhen got it in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th goal of the game to give his side the deserved victory. Let's take a break. If you're just joining us, the program is Talk Sport. Let's go straight. Our man is already with us talking about the Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Olympic Committee. He is on the line to Global Sport this morning. Mr. Tony, good morning and welcome to the program. Hello, Mr. Tony. Tony is the Public Relations Officer of the Nigeria Olympic Committee. He's already at, we're told that he's on the waiting room already, getting us to join us. Once again, Mr. Tony, welcome to the program.
Yeah, my pleasure, my brother.
Tony, I know you're a very busy man. You are receiving some of the visitors. Some will come to give, some will come to take. Tell us the type of visitors that have been visiting the camp. Hello, Tony.
We are giving out the medical commission. You know how important they are to the Olympic movement. You know, these are people who ensure that the health of the
I hope we'll have a better quality this morning to talk with Mr. Tony. You heard him talk about the medical team. Of course, they are visiting the various camps to ensure that what happened, of course, in the Commonwealth Games, where some of our athletes could not undergo some necessary procedures that they were supposed to do, and such a national embarrassment will not happen, because the Nigeria Olympic Committee is doing everything possible, and that is why the medical committee was given the expression for them to visit the team. Mr. Tony, are you still with us? Okay, let's hope we'll get Mr. Tony. Let's come back home here while we wait for Mr. Tony and go straight to the Nigeria NLL, talking about the Nigeria National League. It's one league that Global TV is in partnership in talking about our own contribution to the development of the beautiful game of football in the country. The league will resume tomorrow with plenty of matches, and I'm bold to let you know that Global TV will continue to transmit some of the matches just so that you have a feel of what it takes in a grassroots. Let's look at the various group. It has been grouped in conferences, Conference A, B, C, D, and let's look at Conference A, and of course to tell you so that you get to know your darling team. In Conference A precisely, we have Edel FC, of course, Ekiti United FC, Vanders FC, Rovers FC, and of course Dekada FC and Smiths FC. Matches that will be decided this weekend. Of course, Edel FC will have to welcome Benel FC United, while Madiba will travel to take on Ekiti United. Abia Warriors will be hoping that 3 points will give them a position as they travel to meet Vanda, while Rovers FC will be at home to take on Coal City FC. Sunrise FC will travel to meet Dekada FC, while the other one will see. Okay, let's take a break and see if we can have Mr. Tony back to tell us how ready Team Nigeria is in the preparation for the national team participating in the All-Africa Games. Once again, Mr. Tony, glad to have you. Hi, Mr. Tony. No thanks to the poor network this morning, where Mr. Tony is getting set to give us an update on the readiness of Team Nigeria for the games. Let's take a break. No thanks to the poor network this morning, depriving us that breaking news from the public relations officer of the Nigerian Olympic Committee, Mr. Tony. I strongly believe that we will try and see how we can overcome this to give us all that Team Nigeria has been doing as far as the readiness to participate in the 13th edition of the All-Africa Games, which will take place in faraway Ghana. But a report reaching us from the NOC says a total of over 17 bodies, talking about 17 events. Nigeria will participate in over 17 events, and there are mouth-watering, breaking records for some of these events that will also double as qualifiers for the Olympic Games, which will take place in June in Paraguay, Paris. The team is currently preparing across the country with over 4 camps here in Nigerian capital city, with about 3 in Lagos and Ibadan. Of course, professional players are expected to also intensify preparation wherever they are, and of course, they will be joining the team a week before the games. A visit to some of the camp here in Nigerian's capital city shows that the players and athletes and officials are bubbling with high expectation to give to you all that is needed. Let's take you back to the Nigeria National League, where action will resume tomorrow across the country with plenty of the matches, and of course Global TV will be bringing to you some of those matches. Let's go back to Conference A and see some of the matches that will be decided. Of course, we told you that as the match enter week 67, Eddie FC will be at home to take on Beyond Limited FC, while Madiba travel to meet Ekiti United at home. It will be a day for Cummins United to look for 3 points as they take on Vasa, while Rovers United will be at home to take on Gold City. Dekada FC will be welcoming Storm FC, while 1472 FC will travel to meet Smart City, and that game will be decided at the Mungla Johnson Stadium, while the game between Edet FC and Beyond Limited will take place at the Aqua Township Stadium, and of course it will be Uyo Township Stadium for the game between Abia Commerce. The game between City and Rovers United will be decided at the UJ Senior Stadium in Calabar, the capital of Cross River State, South Nigeria, while Uyo Township Stadium will be the venue for Storm FC taking on Kada. Away from that, let's go to Group B. Group B has Crown FC that will be taking on Ikrudu United, and that game will be decided at the Township Stadium in Ogbomosho, while fans who love the beautiful game of will be at Depot Stadium for Oshogbo, and of course to witness the game between the Ijebu Boys and FC1 Rocket, while Oshun United and Inter Lagos will be decided at the Oshun Township Stadium. There will be action for Gateway FC taking on Solution FC. I love the word solution. And that game will be decided at the Aqua Township Stadium, while Kwara Township Stadium will be the venue for Warri Wolf FC taking on the Taka FC. Away from Group A and B, let's go to Group C. Perhaps Group C is the group that has teams in the Federal Capital Territory, talking where we belong. But Group C has Nasarawa United. They will be at home to take on ABS, and it's most likely that Global TV may be transmitting the game between Nasarawa United and ABS, and that game will come up at the Lafia Township Stadium. If every discussion goes well, then you will be having the matches live on Nasarawa United and ABS on the services of Global TV. Wiki Tourists will be at home to take on Zamfara United, and that game will be decided at the ABS Stadium in Bauchi, while the Adamawa Township Stadium will be the venue for Yobe Desert taking on the EFCC Football Club. Sometimes crime fighters can have a way of saying, let's exercise and put body and soul together. So watching the game, EFCC taking on the Yobe Desert. That game is a game I would truly want to follow. And the venue is the Adamawa Township Stadium. There will be a game between Wiki Tourists taking on Mighty Jet. These are two teams that are very, very familiar in the Nigeria Professional Football League, and they'll be doing everything possible to bounce back in the NPL, and the game will be decided at the home, the background of the Warriors. Talking about the Academy Warriors Stadium will be the venue, and those matches will be decided on the 10th and precisely, but for the second game will be, the only game that will be decided on the second will be the game between Adamawa, the game that will take place at the Adamawa Township Stadium, and El Kedemi. Now let's come back to where we belong. This is the conference where teams from the Federal Capital Territory or teams from this axis will be. City FC, a team that we have brought their matches live on the year, will be in action, and that game will be decided in our own, talking about the Area 10 playing ground. It will be City FC taking on Jigawa Golden Stars. The visitors are expected to be in Abuja today because the game will be decided tomorrow. The management of Global TV is working closely to see if the match that will be decided by 3 p.m. tomorrow will be beamed live on Global TV. KB United will be at home to take on the Madika Caps FC, and the game will be decided right here in Nigeria's capital city. Oh, I beg your pardon, it will be decided at the FIFA Goal Project in Benin Kibi. That's where that game will take place. And the game between Adamawa United versus Sporting Supreme will be decided at the Florida Township Stadium, while Jigama Memorial Stadium will be the venue for Sokoto United game against Matashi. Talking about matches that will be decided in the ongoing professional national league in the country. The league is expected to resume tomorrow with plenty of matches. We are told that the first standard of the NLL was commendable by the chairman of the board, talking about Mr. George Obo, who says the team and officials and players did very, very well, and his expectation is that they will show some level of increasement and improving their chances in the ongoing Nigeria National League. Let's take a break, and when we come back, hopefully we'll be telling you more about the preparation for the national team. But right here in Nigeria's capital city, there is much to talk about sport. Let's take a break. Don't go away. This is Talk Sport right here on Global TV, Nigeria's capital city. Glad to have you back on the program. Talk Sport right here on Global TV. Let's tell you more that is coming from Nigerians camp. Talking about Team Nigeria getting set for the All Africa Games. We are told that Nigeria Olympic Committee (NOC) has authorized 3 only of its commission athletes, the medical as well as the technical team, to visit various camps of the team as they prepare for the games in Ghana. The teams are training towards their 13th camp officially, which kicks off on the 8th of March in the city, talking about Accra, Cape Coast City, and of course will also be taking place in Kumasi. This is the first time that the games have been spread in more than one city since the start of the game in 1965 in Congo, Brazzaville. The Nigeria Olympic Committee president noted that the camping sites are spread across the country to enable the athletes take away distraction and focus in the championship. The Athletic Commission, the technical and medical, are set to take their turn visiting the camp as part of taking note of welfare conditions of the athletes without disrupting their practice. It looks like the Nigeria Olympic Committee has gotten it right and positioning this team to do best. Engineer Gourmet announced that the team will be transported to the games venue, and the arrangements have already been concluded. The game will end in March 23, and we hope that Team Nigeria will do the best when the doors will be open in these 3 major cities that will have it. Let's tell you that Nigeria will also, talking about Bakari's participation in the IOC World Conference, that injury has ruled him out of the All Africa Games, but there are indications that he will overcome this and participate in the game itself. Talking about the Olympic, we are told that Dr. Bakari Okumeche, a member of the Nigeria Olympic Committee Medical and Science Commission, will be representing the commission at the 7th edition of the IOC World Conference on Prevention of Injury for some of the athletes. Dr. Bakari has been notified as one of the speakers in the symposium and the chairperson to moderate some section, as well as making participation for International Federation Conference, as well as chief medical. She will also be presenting a symposium to the conference and moderation. Dr. Bakare has been appointed as an editor of the British Journal of Sport Medicine long ago. She is the first African female to be appointed into the editorial board of the British Journal that will help to for the International Olympic Committee, and will play a major role when they were all gathered in Paris for this year's edition of the 2024 Paris Olympic Game, which will also serve as a venue for qualifiers for the African body right here in the country. Let's tell you other stories that are making headlines as far as this is concerned, because Ghana are doing things very, very difficult for journalists. We're told that journalists will not get their accreditation on arrival as it used to be, and so journalists will do everything possible back home to start struggling to see if they can be given accreditation. We are told that every sport will just have just one journalist, so that has been accredited for the media aspect of those that will be in Ghana to cover the All Africa Game. It is the 13th edition of the All Africa Game. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll tell you more about sport right here in Nigeria's capital city, because the FCT school sport is talking tough to commence preparation ahead of the National School Sport Championship in the country. Don't go away. This is Talk Sport on Global TV. Glad to have you back on the program. Talk Sport right here on Global TV. Let's tell you that our own man, talking about the current African Football of the Year, Victor Osimhen, was in action for his side, scoring a hat-trick and ongoing the Italian Serie A shortly after coming from the African Cup of Nations, in which his contribution gave Nigeria the second place. They just concluded African Cup of Nations in faraway Ivory Coast. But away from that, let's come back and take you straight to the English Premier League. There were plenty of actions yesterday, and fans globally are celebrating. It was a good day for West Ham, who defeated their visitor, talking about Brentford, by 4-2 to brighten their chances on the log of the English Premier League. Wolves were 1 goal better than, of course, Sheffield United, while Villa, talking about Aston Villa, defeated Northern Forest by 4-2. It was also a good day for Crystal Palace, who defeated Burnley by 3-0, while the game between Brighton and Everton ended for a 1-all draw. United were in action. Of course, you know, some of the matches that were decided long ago. United were 2-1, 1-2 defeat, while Man City ran away with a 1-0 win over their opponent, talking about Bournemouth. While Arsenal made no mistake, they trashed their opponent by 4-1, talking about Newcastle, and Liverpool were also in a superb move over there. But let's tell you how it was, because it was the best of action for some of the teams that were in action yesterday. And we have to tell you that West Ham defeated Burnley by 4-2, and there will be plenty of action. We are told that West Ham 4-2 Burnley. Jerome Boga scored a hat-trick as Hammers secured their first Premier League win since December 28. A report reaching us said it was a moment of celebration for a team that has been struggling, fighting to escape relegation. Of course, Chelsea also were in good shape. Chelsea defeated Crystal by 3-1, while Aston Villa lost 3-1 to Manchester United. We told you earlier that Arsenal defeated Newcastle by 4-1, while Wolves and Sheffield game ended 1-0 in honor of the host side, talking about Wolves, where West Ham ran away with 3 points after a 4-2 win against Brentford, while City and Bournemouth settled for a 1-all draw. There will be plenty. Are you aware that the FA Cup draws is at hand? Let's take a break. When we come, we'll be telling you that the draws has been conducted, and some of these big teams will be there in the Carling Cup draws. Right here in Talk Sport. Don't go away. Global TV in Abuja. Let's tell you how it is in the club side, where some Nigerian club sides are still struggling to advance in the ongoing club side championship organized by the Confederation of African Football Cup. Let's tell you that Rangers International Football Club of Enugu powered into the top 3 of the Nigeria Premier League Football NPL on a day midway features were characterized by 2 sides. Lobby Stars of Makurdi as well as Rumi Stars of Ikena. Controversial game that saw the both teams doing that. But Rumi Stars lost 0-1 to Enugu Rangers, for whom Augustine Agu and Kenneth Chuku got the scoring goal for the side in the 56th minute at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, Oka, for the game. The win is the third in as many games for the Flying Antelope in the second round of the ongoing league. And of course, Gold City side is now third in the table with a total of 37 points in the ongoing Nigeria Professional League. Just 2 points adrift Lobby Stars, who clinched to the top spot despite losing the battle in against Star was 0-2 to Sunshine Stars in Akure. The team from Makurdi, the capital of Benue State, is still standing top in the Nigeria Professional Football League. The victory handed Coach Kennedy Baboye his first 3 points as head coach of the Aqua United Gunners. I like the name, Aqua Gunners, having replaced Edith Agoye during the mid-break of the ongoing Nigeria Professional Football League. For Lobby Stars, John Lazarus was the valiant in the sense that he backed a 13-minute red card, and that resulted to a penalty and was taken by Cooley Vincent, who made no mistake to make before giving his side all they needed. As expected, the Ariwa debut between Katsina United and Kano Pillar was forced floor to put an end because the fans at the Muhammadu Diko Stadium and the host team Katsina United FC edged a 5-point goal trailing 3-2 to extend their good run under the tutelage of the new coach talking about Abubakar Baba. It was also a good day for James Baran, talking about matches that were decided. Let's come back home here and take you straight to the Office of Director of Sport in the Federal Capital Territory. We are told that FCT schools are getting set to participate in this year's edition of the school sport, and the department in charge of school sport has since communicated to both private and, of course, public, private and state-owned schools in the Federal Capital Territory to commence preparation in this year's edition of the schools. The teams are expected to use the facilities at the old parade ground as well as the that of the National Stadium and some selective places like barracks that have been offering them facilities to sharpen the boys and girls that will fly the flag of the Federal Capital Territory in the school games. It will be recalled that a school in the Federal Capital, talking about the Fashion School Academic, won the football event and represented the country. Let's come back and tell you the cheering news that over 500 plus balls will be distributed this week to all the teams in the Nigeria National League, courtesy of the to ensure the free flow of the game. Is part of their initiative to move the league forward, talking about the distribution of balls to the NLL matches that will be decided in the country. Well, that's how far we can go on today's edition of the program Talk Sport right here on Global TV. But before we go, a look at stories that are making headlines in the world of sport. We told you that Nigerian has a hat trick, talking about the current African Footballer of the Year, Victor Osimhen, got a hat-trick for his side, and it is the first of the season. And we are also told you that preparation are in top gear for Team Nigeria, preparing for the 13th edition of the All-Africa Games in Ghana. All is set for the resumption of the Nigeria National League matches across the country, talking about the last side, which is the second stanzas of the championship. We also brought to you that Arsenal were in a winning side in the ongoing LPL. That's the size of today's edition of the program Talk Sport right here on Global TV, Nigeria's capital city. We sincerely apologize for that mix-up that we couldn't get Mr. Tony, the Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Olympic Committee. We do hope that in subsequent edition we'll be helping to bring him on board. Enjoy the rest of your day, and of course tomorrow will be another great day on the program Meet the Talk Sport right here on Global TV. And I am Clinton saying goodbye.